Alright. So we still aren't in communication paths, so I could speed things up a little bit till we are. Because in the last video we kind of said that we would be, oh there we go, we've kind of got a connection going. We'll wait till that green line clears the planet, clears the moon. Perfect. Alright, so we said that we would come around so that we can land completely in the daytime and try and find like a flat-ish area to land in. And on our trajectory, I think like these are going to be some of the best spots to try. We can also maybe try this spot just for good measure. That looks like a nice area. So I think that's going to be our target. So let's get set up for a landing. First things first, I've already done the science out here, so I'm not really going to do a whole lot. But Bob is going to transfer up to the lander can. And then, at that point, we can decouple. I'm controlling from here, so I want to press my bracket, control from this point. RCS thrusters, and I'm also gonna, I'm at 0 throttle so I can at least activate my engine, I thought. There we go. So now let's hopefully I didn't affect my trajectory too much. I was pushing that thing. Point towards the planet. Because I'm going to slow down. I don't want to be out of the path of the orbiting vehicle. There we go. Turn RCS off. Go back to pointing retrograde, because that's the way I'm going to do. I'm going to go to get this thing going. I do want to switch back over to this craft, though, because I seem to forget that I meant to run this object here. Right? And I can't remember which group I put that on, so I'm going to open up my groups and see that this looks like it's on 5 and 6. I do 5 and 6. 5 to extend the boom. 6 get science, and that's 135 by doing a moon magnetosphere experiment. So I'm going to keep that. And then switch over here. We're going to drop our landing gears, which should also have the extra action of opening my antenna. Okay. Now, I'm going to watch my map, because I said I plan to try and land in this region. Oh, that seems like it's a little too bumpy for my liking, so I think I'm going to go for this landing site right here. So I'm going to wait till I have a collision course a little bit past it by burning retrograde. Now this old orbit's going to stay here for my orbiting stage, so I don't have to worry about, you know, watching this one that's dropping. So the periapsis is about to collide with the planet. I'm going to wait till it collides to right about at the edge of this big crater before I cut it off for good. And that gives me plenty of overhead to make some maneuvers up here to get this as my landing spot. I'm trying to stay on the plane because really what I want to do is I want to be able to take off. The same way I took off from Kerbin. Since it's on an equatorial plane with Kerbin, I could still use the same things of the 270 and the 90. Because if I go over here, I notice I would be aiming at the 90 to get back in orbit with the orbiter. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, and that makes things a lot easier in the long run. So let's save this. And I'm pointing retrograde because eventually what I'm going to want to do is kill off all of my relative velocity with the surface and then drop straight down. So we'll see what we can do to get that done, okay? So let's go ahead and kind of warp to this point here. And I save just in case I mess up. So if I look to see how much velocity I would have to kill off here, it would be 551. So I want to do maybe about 560. And that gives me like a nice straight up and down line to the surface. I'm going to estimate that that's straight. That's a 46-second burn time. And I'm going to reach that point in 1 minute and 15 seconds. So I'll probably have to start burning here pretty soon to try and start killing off that velocity. Right? So I might, if I try to start that burn here, I might land over here. Right? Once I get close enough, I can get rid of that node and then start my burn, because I'm aiming for this region over here, and I have a lot of velocity to kill off. So about 23 seconds, I'll start the burn. At this point, I know I have my retrograde helper, but I'm going to point directly at the horizon to kill off my relative velocity. I want this to be 0.0 to the surface, or at least still till it starts climbing back up the other way, because I want to fall straight down. And I kind of know that I'll be falling straight down if this was pointing straight up, which it's not. But that's not a huge issue. But it looks like I'll still land in a relatively flat area. As long as I'm not on these slopes, that's going to be kind of nice. I'm going to orient this in a way that when I press left and right, it actually does what I want it to. So I'm going to keep an eye on my height. Try and kill off this velocity be roughly 10% of what my height is. So I really need that to be more like 40 or 30, maybe even 20 meters per second of falling speed. I'll let myself come down a little quicker. Now I feel like I have a little bit more control over things. bit of a suicide burn there. Getting down to 400. I want to start killing off some more velocity. Maybe I can time it so that this drops off. Because a good landing speed is about 1 meter per second on the moon. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to start like going back up. It's really easy to do. There we go. I've seen better landings. Also seen worse. So there, I'm landed. I'm in a good position where I think I can still just go to the 90-degree line and ascend back to the orbit of my orbiting stage. Yeah, I think we're in good shape here. I'm going to save. I'm going to use my little trick. Which again, I gotta just remind myself of my action groups. That everything is in like 2 and 3 and 4, I think. 2, conduct, log temperatures, log seismic data. So 2, 3, and 4. So 2, the ones with the animations. 3, the ones without animations. And 4, the one that has to be done while I'm on the planet's surface. Beautiful thing. I can do a crew report while I'm here. And at that, I can EVA, take the data, and also move this that floating around out there. Is that just artifacts? So I've got an experiment, which is my crew report. And also collect and restore all of these. Take, and take. I can also now do an EVA report. I think I let go. Oh, he fell. No. Well, should be fairly decent. I can take a surface sample. That's quite a bit. Plant a flag. And I will say first Mun Landing. And in the plaque, I'll say textbook, if I do say so myself. And I do. So I did. Perfect. I'll walk over here. This is going to be where I can perform some EVA science. Because everybody needs to see they can hit a golf ball into space. I shall keep that experiment. And there are some other things you can do. Like some of these rocks might actually contain something that we can take a different type of thing from. All right. Brief interruption there. We'll just... Now, I have plenty of EVA propellant, so I click that to keep it held on. I want to aim for a rock that I think that I can mine, which I think... This one kind of looks a little shinier for some reason, so I'm going to aim for that one. Now, instead of taking my vehicle there, which will burn up all its propellant, I don't want to, you know, have to risk not making it. I'm going to do a trick where I jump up in the air and start my RCS. I'm going to fly over there with the jetpack. As long as I stay right about 2.5. If I hit 2.5, it means I'll, like, not have enough to get back over here. So we'll start slowing down, because it kind of seems like I might have to do that. But I would be looking to see if I had enough fuel to get back, is what I'm looking for. Yeah, this one looks really shiny. So the reason I'm aiming for it is because I think this is one of the ones that in the breaking ground I can actually mine and take a sample back to the Kerbin. Right? Before I do this... Oh geez, why is it... Oh, it thinks that maybe I can reorient it. Or, you know, the game's broken. Anyway... I'm going to quick save here. Because what I want to do is go to the Space Center and see if there's any missions that came up in regards to what I'm doing, which I should have done before I land on the moon. Because I think I've got some missions to do some of those things. Yeah, bring a moonstone back with me. Nice, easy way to get... Oh... I could have planted a flag on the moon. Maybe I can get in and do another one, because this again is a more cash, and I'm already there. So that's about all the ones I can do. I'll take these other contracts because I'll probably end up doing them. Except for those two, which I guess these ones are okay. I like to go down these roads because you can take them out on like pass-bys of the moon and it's like easy cash, and I don't want it to expire before I get back from the moon. My ability to get it, I mean, they give you a lot longer to complete the mission, but basically I'm going to go back out to Bob Kerman, and now that I have the thing to collect a moonstone, I don't have to find another one, essentially. I will climb up on this, and I will pick up the moonstone. So he'll do his little hammery doodad, and I will keep that experiment. So again, we're going to jump, activate RCS, stay aloft with shift, start accelerating forward. 15 sounds good. Again, we're just making sure we don't run out of modern propellant. Notice my surface velocity is being killed off. Trying to get attached to this. There we go. I'm aboard with all of our science. Now, I did take a mission in which I said I would plant a flag on the moon, which I won't get credit for it. Plant a flag on the moon. I won't get credit for it because, well, I already planted that before I took the mission. But if you get back into the lander can, you should get another one. And I get the mission success for it. But it doesn't really matter what this one says. Mission requirement. We'll say okay to that. And since I don't really need have that there, I already got the mission status for it. I'll take that one away because I don't need two. It needs two. All right. So now we can get in here. And we could go somewhere else. I think I have enough fuel to kind of get around. But if I zoom out, I can go to like one of these craters if I want and try and land in it. Or I can wait for another one. But that's kind of the trick that I did with Minmus, is that I went to 2 different places because it's easy to fly there. But I don't think I'll do that on this one. So we'll end this video here, and we'll do... we'll take this lander back up to the orbital module and dock with it and head back home. So let's end this video here. We'll come on back.